Hey guys, it's Finn again. Um, this is the second part of my 11-week video. I was thinking earlier tonight about something that might be cool to do, and I just typed up a really quick blurb, um, and I really hope that this is a good idea. Um, I've noticed that there are a lot of fitness challenges for F to Ms. Haven't really noticed a lot of that with M to Fs really. So I kind of wanted to devise a challenge that would like bring us all together across the vast panoply of our experiences as trans people, um, or anyone with any gender incongruency. So I figured that I would create a kind of challenge that will test us all, I think, to really think about the connections that we have with people around us as we go through this complex process of transition. So I typed this up really fast, um, and I figured that I would post it and see what you all think. So I called it the strong, and then in parentheses, trans man challenge, like strong man. But obviously, if it applies to everyone in the gender spectrum, I would be changing that. But the prompt is kind of long. But okay. One thing I have learned is that vulnerability and openness are important in transition. The ability to show your humanity through your experiences in transition is an important tool not only to keep yourself grounded as your own life changes during this process, but one that you can use to educate those around you. I am sure that we've all had those steadfast figures in our lives, parents, mentors, coworkers, friends, colleagues, who were immediately and unwaveringly accepting when we came out to them, people whose support made transition that much easier. By that same token, I am sure we've all had those people who made transition harder and were ignorant, unsupportive, or undersupportive, and generally hurtful to us in our transitions, inadvertently or otherwise. Your challenge, should you choose to accept it, is to compose 10 letters to 10 different people who made your transition easier or more difficult. Be open. Be vulnerable. Explain how they made an impact and how it makes you feel. This can be anyone, a department store clerk who helped you choose your first dress for female identified individuals, or a parent who isn't supportive, a sibling, a coworker, whomever. These letters can be as long or as short as you'd like. There is no time limit to complete this challenge, and if and when you do, if you would feel comfortable choosing the one letter that meant the most to you and make a video of you reading it, that would be awesome. Um, so this was kind of my fun little idea, a way that we could all kind of exercise vulnerability in our transition. Um, I'm not really a touchy-feely guy, but I grew up, my father is a mental health counselor in a hospital, and I grew up knowing that talking and ruminating about um, things is a really good way to work through um, complex processes in life. And I think that it's really important for us as trans people to be open about our experiences to a point. We don't have to be open about every single facet of our transition. Um, I've had a couple people ask me really uncomfortable questions that I felt bad not answering because I've always advertised myself as someone who's very comfortable talking about every aspect of my transition, but that's not necessarily true. There are some things that I don't always want to talk about or don't want to talk about at all. Um, And I think it's important to be vulnerable in transition too, because we're all going through a very volatile time. And I think it's important to just be open and to share our experiences because so many of us feel alone. And I think with the advent of things like the Trevor Project and things that perhaps cater more towards cisexual, homosexuals, or bisexuals, or people within the spectrum of sexual orientation. It doesn't necessarily speak to um, the trans experience or the genderqueer experience or to the gender incongruent experience. And so I figured that this would be kind of a cool project to spur on that kind of conversation and that kind of dialogue within our community. And so I don't know. It was just a thought that I had bouncing around in my head, and I just wrote some things down. And I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna post what I just read on my trans blog to my transition blog also. So you guys can read it and maybe submit your letters and comments, whatever. I don't know. Figure it out. But I figure it'll be a good exercise for me too because I'm taking because of this employment fiasco. It'll be good for me to kind of center myself a little bit. So um, I'm certainly going to start on this challenge, and I encourage you, if you feel so inclined, to do the same. So there's that. Um, oh, I visited my sister last week. Um, actually, earlier this week. Well, yeah, last week. And she'll be 20 in December, or excuse me, she'll be 21 in December, and she's very soon to get engaged to her boyfriend, Josh, which is really cool. Um, and my sister and I grew up very, very close, and I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that we're both adopted, and I don't know. We were siblings, but we never got in trouble for fighting. We always got in trouble for goofing around and being idiots. Um, and to this day, whenever we hang out and it's just the two of us, it's like we have our own language. It's and we just I don't know. We bring out the goofy fools in each other, I suppose. Um, and she has just been so cool about my transition, and I know that she's warming up to calling me her brother. She's not quite there yet, but she'll get there. And using male pronouns, but she calls me Finn. And she did absolutely use male pronouns now that I think of it, while I was visiting. And her roommate also referred to me as male, which I thought was really cool. She definitely didn't have to do that, but um, that was really nice. So, I'm passing a lot more, that having been said, which is cool. I passed a lot before, but now I pass probably, I'd say a good 90% of the time, whereas before I think I said like 75 to 80. So, and the fact that I now have two better fitting binders definitely helps me to that end. But I'm passing a lot more, which is nice. Um, my mom corrected my dad on pronouns when I was on the phone with her last week, which I thought was awesome. So my mom is coming around. My dad is doing a little bit better. He'll get there. And not that this is like cool or acceptable, but I know that it's probably hard to change your language in reference to someone you've known for 25 years. So I'm giving people leeway to, especially the people who've known me longest, like family members and close friends. I'm giving them that leeway to kind of slip up more than people I've known for a lot less time. So um, I'm actually at my best friend's house right now in Washington. Um, she's a high school teacher and is chaperoning homecoming this weekend. And she, I guess, decided that if she had to suffer through it, so did I. So, and I haven't seen my best friend for about 6 months. So it's pretty cool to be up here hanging out. And I had a really good time with them. We had dinner tonight at home and just kind of hung out and giggled and sat around and fiddled on our laptops and just enjoyed hanging out, which was a nice way to spend the evening. So now I'm here chilling. Tomorrow I'm driving up to Seattle to meet with some friends and hang out a little bit more, which I'm looking forward to. Um, so it's a nice little vacation break from Portland. Not that I don't like Portland, I love it, but um, anyway, I'm at almost 11 minutes again. I'm making long videos. But anyway, hope you all are doing well, and I will talk to you later. Bye.